Hello friends, in this problem we will learn how can we find the pressures and the rate of flow by using suitable element matrix equations. So today we learn about problem based on fluid flow and fluid flow networks. In this chapter we will use this element matrix equation and we will find the rate of flow and the pressures of the fluids. So let us start the problem. Okay, so my problem is write the global matrix equation, assume suitable value of primary variable at entry and exit and solve for remaining. So first we understand what is primary variable and what is secondary variable. If I am seeing this element matrix equations, so this is P is nothing but pressure, is nothing but our primary variable, and Q is nothing but rate of flow, which is nothing but our secondary variable. So if I'm seeing this network, first we will draw the free body diagram. So as per our rules, there are total 6 elements which is denoted in a triangle. So this is element number 1, which is nothing but R is equals to 3B. Element number 2, which is nothing but R is equals to 4B. Element number 3, R is equals to 4B. Element number 4, R is equals to 9B. And element number 5 is R7B, and element number 6 is R8B. Now from this we will generate this element matrix equation by using this formula. So let's start with the element matrix equation. So first, for element number 1, so my element matrix equation is 1 upon Re into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 P1 P2 Q1 Q2. So let us put this all value in this element matrix equation. So this is become 1 upon Re. So if I am seeing element number 1, for element number 1 my Re is 3B, so I will directly written as 3B 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 into P1E, so that is nothing but P1E. So this E is denoted by element number. If I am saying this, my element number is 1, so I will written P1 1, P2 1 is equals to Q1 1, Q2 1. So this is for element number 1. Similarly, we will write for all elements. So let us start with element number 2. So for element number 2, so for element number 2 my R is 4B, so this is become 1 upon 4B 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 into P1 2 P2 2 Q1 2 Q2 2. Similarly we will write for element number 3. So number 3, for element number 3. So similarly my element number 3 is R is equals to 4B. So this is become 1 upon 4B 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 P1 3 P2 3 into Q1 3 Q2 3. Similarly same thing for element number 4. So force is for element number 4. So this is become 1 upon R is 9B. So I will write 1 upon 9B into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 into P1 4 P2 4 is equals to Q1 4 Q2 4. Same thing for element number 5, which is R is equals to 7B. So for element number 5 1 upon 7B into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 P1 5 P2 5 is equals to Q1 5 Q2 5. Something for element number 6. Our last element is for element number 6, this is become 1 upon 8b 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 into p16 p26 is equals to q16 q26. So this is our total element matrix equation for 6 element. So now on the basis of element matrix equation we will write global matrix equation. So my next step is global matrix equations. Okay, so how will I find the global matrix equation? So in last lectures also we know that the global matrix equation order is totally depend on number of node. So this is my number of node 1 2 3 4. So total 4 numbers of node are there. So therefore the order of global matrix will be 4 by 4. Okay, so my order of global matrix equation should be 4 by 4. Please keep remember that the order of global matrix equation is depend on number of nodes. So I have a 4 number of nodes. So I will write 4 by 4 order of global matrix equation. So let us numbering this all global element matrix equation. So this is 1 2 because it lies between the element number 1 is lies between node number 1 and node number 2. So similarly row number 1 2 element number 2 which is lies between node 2 and 3. So this is also 2 3 2 3. Element number 3, if I'm seeing this element number 3, so this element 3 is lies between node number 2 and node number 2. Again the numbering will be same, node 2 node 3 2 3. Element number 4 is lies between node number 3 and node number 4. So this is become 3 4 3 4. Okay, so this two element number 5 and element number 6, if I'm saying that element number 5 is totally lies between 1 and 4, similarly element number 6 is lies between node number 1 and node number 4. So this is also node number 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4. So this is I am numbering this element matrix equation according to node number of node. So now I will consolidate all this data and I will form this global matrix equations. So global matrix equation, so first we will numbering that 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Now we'll start this global matrix equation. Okay, so how can I decide the global matrix equation order? So global matrix equation order is totally depend on numbers of nodes. So if I'm saying that this is node number 1, this is node number 2, this is node number 3 and this is node number 4. So my total nodes is 4. So I will write the order of global matrix equation will be 4 by 4. So this is I am numbering that 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and this if I'm seeing all element matrix equation, so 1 by b is a common factor, so I am taking 1 by b outside the matrix. Okay, so let us start, let us numbering all these element and fill up this matrix by using data of element matrix equation. So this is row number 1, this is column number 1. So if I will search where it is row number 1 and column number 1 is available. So if I'm seeing element number 5, I will get row number 1 and column number 1. In element number 6, I will get row number and column number 1. I will collaborate this all row number 1 and column number 1. So I will get this is become 1 by 3 into 1. This is nothing but 1 by 3. 1 by 7 into 1, this is nothing but 1 by 7, and 1 by 8 into 1, this is nothing but 1 by 8. So this matrix become 1 by 3 plus 1 by 7 plus 1 by 8. So this is my row number 1 and column number 1. Similarly, I will search for row number 1, column number 2, row number 1, column number 3, and row number 1 and column number 4. So let us start with row number 1 and column number 2. So row number 1, column number 2. So this is row number 1 and column number 2. So this is become minus 1 by 3. So I will write minus 1 by 3. Okay, similarly I will search for row number 1, column number 2. If I am seeing all this element, in only one element is presenting that row number 1 and column number 2. So row number 1 and column number 2 is over. Now I will search for row number 1 and column number 3. So row number 1 and column number 3. Okay, so if I'm searching all this element, I didn't get any row number 1 and column number 3, so directly I will write as 0. Okay, similarly we will search for row number 1 and column number 4. So in element number 5 and in element number 6 I will get row number 1 and column number 4. So this is become minus 1 by 7 and this is become plus minus 1 by 8. So row number 1 is over. Now we will start for row number 2. So row number 2, column number 1. So row number 2, column number 1. So this is become minus 1 by 3. Next, row number 2, column number 1. Next row, there is nothing in row number 2 and column number 1. So now I will search for row number 2 and column number 2. So row number 2, column number 2. So this is become 1 by 4. Okay, row number 2, column number 2, this is also 1 by 4. So I will add plus 1 by 4. Okay, so row number 2, column number 2 is over. Now I will start for row number 2 and column number 3. So row number 2, column number 3, this is minus 1 by 4. Again row number 2, column number 3, this is minus 1 by 4. So this is become minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Okay, similarly I will search for row number 2, column number 4. So row number 2, column number 4. So nothing data is available. So I will write this is as a 0. Again start with a row number 3 and column number 1. So if I am seeing all these elements, I will not get row number 3 and column number 1. So this will again, this is as a 0. Okay, so row number 3, column number 2. Row number 3, column number 2. So this is minus 1 by 2. And again row number 3, column number 2. This is minus 1 by 4. So this is as a minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Same row number 3, column number 3. Row number 3, column number 3. Row number 3, column number 3. So this plus 1 by 4 and this is also plus 1 by 9. So this is become 1 by 4 plus 1 by 9. Okay, so now row number 3, column number 4. Row number 3, column number 4. So this is become minus 1 by 9. Okay, and row number 3, column number 4. Is there any element row number 3 and column number 4? No other element. So this is only one element for row number 3 and column number 4. So now we will start for row number 4. So if I am saying that row number 4 and column number 1, so row number 4 and column number 1, so this is become minus 1 by 7. Similar for this is minus 1 by 8. So minus 1 by 7 minus 1 by 8. So next is row number 4, column number 2. Row number 4, column number 2. If I am seeing all this element, I will not get row number 4 and column number 2. So this will again, it is as a 0. Okay. Next is row number 4, column number 3. Row number 4, column number 3. So row number 4, column number 3. So this is minus 1 by 9. Row number 3, column number 4. Row number 4, column number 3, one element is there. So nothing is there. So minus 1 by 9 is the one element. Last is row number 4, column number 4. So row number 4, column number 4. So this one element is there. So 1 by 7. Again this is also row number 4, column number 4. This is 1 by 8. So this is become 1 by 7 plus 1 by 8. So that is the 4 by 4 matrix which is known as this global matrix equation. Now we will solve this matrix and we will find the required solutions. So this is all 4 by 4 matrix, but if I'm saying that this is also row number 2, column number 2, so this element should be added at row number 2 and column number 2. So this is become 1 by 3. So I will add this 1 by 3 here. So 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Similarly, there is a one element 3 by 3. So row number 3 and column number 3. So row number 3 and column number 3. So this is one element which is nothing but 1 by 4. Row number 3, column number 3. Again, row number 3, column number 3. This 1 by 4 is also there. Okay, and next element, so this is also row number 3 and column number 3. So 1 by 9 is also there. So there is a 3 element total. One, this is become 1 by 4. Second, this is become 1 by 4 and this is become 1 by 9. So another 1 by 4 is also added here. Okay, similarly for row number 4 and column number 4. So row number 4 and column number 4. So this is one element, this is second element and this is third element. So this 1 by 9 also is added in row number 4 and column number 4. So this is my total 4 by 4 matrix. I'm preparing this global matrix equation by using this element matrix equation. Now we will use this element global matrix equation for solving the next problem. So this is our global matrix equations which is calculated by previous global matrix equation in Calci. So this is global matrix equation, but you know that this element matrix equation is also formed by this primary variable and secondary variable. So therefore this is a primary variable consolidated by using element matrix equation of 6 element, and this is secondary variable matrix consolidated by element matrix for 6 element. Okay, so now we will put this all value and we will find what is the pressure and what is the rate of flow for at every elements. Okay, so let us start. If I'm saying that my question saying that assume suitable value of primary variable at entry and exit levels. Okay, so they itself told that you have to assume the suitable data for this given problem. Okay, if they given any suitable data, then take whatever they given as. But if they says that this assume suitable value, so you can assume anything. Okay, so I am assuming P1 is equals to 0.2 Newton per mm square and P4 is nothing but 0.1 Newton per mm square. You can assume whatever you want because they already told you assume suitable value of primary variable at entry and exit. So this is P1, that is nothing but pressure at node 1, and P4, that is nothing but pressure at node 4, which is nothing but our entry and exit node. Okay, so now if I'm seeing that this is Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. So if I'm seeing that, so rate of flow, so this is rate of flow at entrance and this is rate of flow at exit level. So if for balancing that equation, the rate of flow between 2 and 3, it will be 0. So I am assuming that Q2 and Q3 is equals to 0 for balancing purpose. Okay, I will put all this value in this matrix. So I will get 1 by B into 0.601 minus 0.33, 0 minus 0.268 minus 0.33, 0.833 minus 0.5, 0, 0 minus 0.5, 0.611 minus 0.11 minus 0.268, 0 minus 0.11, 0.379 into, so I will fill this P1 as a 0.2, P4 as 0.1. So this is become 0.2, but you have to find this P2 and P3. So this will be the unknown, and this is 0.1 is equals to Q1, which is entry level rate of flow. So that will be the unknown. Q2, Q3 will be 0 for balancing purpose, and Q4 also unknown. Okay, so now I will find the equation by using this matrix data. So this is become 0.601 divided by B minus 0.33 divided by B minus 0.268 divided by B into this 0.2 will multiply all this thing and is equals to Q1. Similarly, you will find equation number 2, equation number 3, equation number 4. Okay, so if I'm solving this matrix, so I will get this 4 equations. Okay, same, this element multiplied to this element multiplied to this element, this into this and this into this. Similarly, I will multiply this row 4 to this only one column, so I will get this 4 equation. So before putting this equation, because this 4 equation in different way, so if I'm saying that equation number 2 and this equation number 4 is containing P2 and P3, so if I'm put this 2 equation in calci, so I will get this P2 and P3 value. So this P2 and P3 value is this, P2 is nothing but 0.1785 and P3 is nothing but 0.1642. Now I will put this P2 and P3 in equation number 1 and equation number 4 respectively. So if I am putting P2 value in equation number 1, so I will get Q1 as a 0.0339 upon B, and if I am putting P3 in equation number 4, so I will get the value of Q4 in terms of B. So this B is nothing but is any constant. So how can I check this Q1 and Q4 is right value? If I'm seeing that the Q1 is plus 0.0399 and Q4 is minus 0.0339. So if for balancing purposes, if I add this Q1 and Q4, so I will nullify this effect. So that is nothing but I will get the 0, which is nothing but Q2 and Q3 is also 0. So my answer is right. So that is the process for identify your answer is right or wrong.